In addition to the presidential race, voters elected a number of other officials in the Commonwealth.
Political editor John Delano joins us once again to break down some of those races for us right now. John.
Well, Kim and Stacey, 3 statewide races were on the ballot: Attorney General, State Treasurer, and Auditor General. And it looks like the Republicans are poised to win 2 out of 3 of these offices, along with some GOP upsets of local incumbent lawmakers. For Auditor General, we just reported Republican Timothy DeFore, the Dauphin County Controller, defeated former Philadelphia Deputy Mayor Nina Ahmed. DeFore becomes the first African-American to win one of these statewide row offices. Incumbent Democrat and State Treasurer Joe Torsella appears to be losing his bid for re-election to Republican Stacey Garrity, a former Iraq veteran. This race is close, with Torsella hoping to pick up ground when all the provisional ballots are counted. For Attorney General, Democrat Josh Shapiro has won a second term as Attorney General. The Associated Press has just called the race for him, as we just reported. He may turn out to be the only successful Democratic candidate for state row office, defeating former Allegheny County Councilwoman Heather Heidelbaugh. In a few local races, Republicans are doing well. State Senator Pam Iovino, a Democrat, has conceded her race to Bridgeville businessman Devlin Robinson, a Republican, in the 37th senatorial. And then in the 45th senatorial, longtime Democratic incumbent Senator Jim Brewster is running a few votes behind political newcomer Republican attorney Nicole Ziccarelli. One big upset: State Representative Frank Dermody of Oakmont, the leader of the House Democrats in Harrisburg, appears to be losing to Oakmont Councilwoman Carrie Del Rosso, a Republican. One bright note for local Democrats: Congressman Connor Lamb appears to have squeaked out a narrow 4,000 vote win for re-election, although his opponent, Republican Sean Parnell, says it's too early to concede. Bottom line, while this could turn out to be a great election for Joe Biden and the Democrats, in Pennsylvania, the Republicans did much better in those down-ballot races than many expected. Stacey, Kim?
John, I have to ask you this question because it's not only here in Pennsylvania, but also across the country. I think the Democrats are in danger of losing 7 to 11 of the House seats in the United States Congress. Mr. Trump appears to be losing the election at this moment, but the Republicans appear to be gaining ground. Why the difference here, do you think?
You know, it's a great question, and I've asked a lot of analysts in both parties what's going on here. It appears that President Trump brought out the troops. As we can see, we've had a huge turnout, and a lot of the folks who turned out supported the president, Republicans, and they voted down ballot. But at the same time, there were others who were concerned that if the Democrats took control of everything, the so-called blue wave, then there'd be no check and balance either in Harrisburg or in Washington. And I think there were some voters who may have voted for Joe Biden, but then have gone back to Republicans for some of these other offices. There's very, very little way to explain it otherwise, Stacey.
I'm sure the people who write history books will be taking a look at it. All right. Thank you, John.